Hi, I'm Fasted Fred. If I told you there's a food item that's been feared for years just because of the word cholesterol, causing many people to avoid it unfairly, yet it's one of the cheapest ways to improve your body from feeling fuller, maintaining muscle mass, boosting brain function, supporting liver health, to protecting your eyesight. Would you believe me? That food is eggs. And today I want to say it straight. Many people will be noticeably healthier if they eat about 3 to 4 eggs a day. I know your first reaction is shock. 3 to 4 a day sounds like too much. Then the second thought immediately comes up: cholesterol. If you're stuck on that point, I want you to calm down a bit. I'm not an extremist when it comes to eggs. I don't make eggs a religion, nor do I force anyone to do exactly that. But I eat eggs every day, and the more I work with health, the more I observe my own body and those around me, the more I see eggs as a very special topic. It's not because eggs are magical, but because they are a rare nutritional powerhouse. And the fear surrounding eggs often stems from misunderstandings, not from the nature of eggs themselves. Let me tell you a very real experience of mine to help you understand. There was a period when my diet was okay. My exercise routine was regular, but I still felt like something was missing. It wasn't hunger, but rather fluctuating energy levels, frequent cravings, a good workout one day, but poor recovery the next. And sometimes my mind felt hazy. I tried adjusting many things, but the most noticeable difference was something surprisingly simple. I incorporated eggs into my daily meals and kept it consistent. No fuss, no trend, every day. And what I got in return was a longer lasting feeling of fullness, fewer cravings, and a smoother feeling in my body. That's when I wondered, eggs are just protein. So why are they different from meat and fish? And here's the first key point. When you eat meat or fish, what you're eating is mainly the animal's muscle tissue. Muscles are designed for contraction and movement. Eggs, however, are not muscles. An egg is something that can develop into a chicken. This means that an egg must contain everything needed to create a living organism from scratch: building materials, energy for operation, vitamins and minerals to regulate processes, and even protective mechanisms to prevent the life form from being destroyed. You are eating a more complete biological package in the truest sense. Speaking of protein, eggs have very high-quality protein, often referred to as high biological value. It sounds technical, but simply put, your body absorbs and uses the protein in eggs very efficiently to build and repair tissues. You eat them not just to meet the number requirement, but because your body can actually utilize them. And this is a very important part. Protein isn't just for muscle growth. Protein is the building block for repairing tendons, ligaments, and joints. Protein creates enzymes that enable all biological reactions to function. Protein participates in hormone production. Protein participates in neurotransmitter production. Your body repairs, replaces, and mends itself every single day. If you lack protein or the protein quality is poor, you'll find your body gradually weakening in ways that are hard to describe. But eggs aren't just strong in protein. Eggs are strong because they solve a trap many people fall into when eating too much lean meat. Protein can also be used as fuel. But if we're talking specifically about the protein in lean meat and fish, the body only utilizes a small portion as fuel, usually around 10 to 20%. Simply put, muscle protein is mainly for building and repairing, not for burning as the primary energy source. You can use the fat in fatty meat as fuel, but I'm talking specifically about lean muscle. Eggs are different because they have a yolk, and the yolk is fat. That fat can be used as fuel very well. So if you look at the whole egg as a package, the portion that can be used as fuel is much higher, possibly up to 65%. This is a huge advantage of eggs compared to eating only lean meat. Eggs provide both building materials and fuel to keep the body functioning smoothly. You'll understand better if I put it bluntly. You can't live healthily on just lean protein alone. There have been stories of people relying on lean rabbit meat for extended periods and suffering severe malnutrition, even death, due to a lack of accompanying fuel. The body cannot sustain itself if you force it to live on inert protein. You need the right energy, especially from fat or other fuel sources. Eggs avoid that trap because they are a package containing both. And this is why many people find eggs more satisfying, more stable, and less prone to cravings. Now, let's look at an even more unique aspect of eggs. Eggs have a protective layer. Think about it. An egg in nature cannot simply escape bacteria. it must have a self-protective mechanism for life to survive. Therefore, egg whites contain many proteins with antibacterial properties, meaning they can inhibit or kill bacteria. Simply put, egg whites are not just protein, they are part of the body's defense system. Egg whites also contain substances that can block iron, and especially vitamin B7, or biotin. This is why there's a rumor that eating raw egg whites causes biotin deficiency, and this is true in a very specific situation. If you consume large quantities of raw egg whites as a trend, you might become deficient in biotin. In the past, many gym goers would add a lot of raw eggs to shakes and drink them, and some people actually experienced biotin deficiency. But the important thing is that when you cook the egg whites, this problem is significantly reduced in practice. The reason that substance exists in eggs is because some pathogens need biotin to survive, and eggs lock in biotin, weakening the pathogens. In short, don't drink raw egg whites as a trend. Eating cooked eggs normally shouldn't cause you to worry about biotin. Next, eggs contain all the essential amino acids, including leucine, a key amino acid that activates muscle building. This is why eggs are great for people who want to maintain muscle while losing fat, or who want to build muscle while exercising. You don't just need protein, you need the right amino acid structure, and eggs are a great source. Now let's talk about a substance I consider to be the foundational weapon of eggs, choline. Eggs are one of the highest sources of choline, even considered a very high source within the food group. Choline belongs to the B vitamin group, and it plays a very important role in the liver and gallbladder. Choline helps limit fatty liver disease through metabolism, and it also participates in structures related to bile. Bile helps you digest fats. This means choline helps the liver and gallbladder system work more smoothly, especially in people who eat good fats or those who want to optimize metabolism. Choline is also involved in the nervous system and repairs at a deeper level. There's a concept called methylation, simply understood as a reaction system in the body that helps repair DNA, supports endogenous detoxification, and helps create neurotransmitters. Many people have genetic factors that make this system less efficient, and they are more likely to experience problems if they lack choline, natural B12, or folate. Eggs contain choline, natural B12, and folate. Therefore, for this group of people, eggs can be a very good option. I've also checked and found that I have issues with choline absorption, so eggs are even more suitable for me. Next is a benefit that many people don't realize. Eggs are extremely good for the eyes and brain in a very specific way. Egg yolks contain two powerful antioxidants, lutein and zeaxanthin. These two substances are concentrated in the retina, the back part of the eye. The retina is like an extension of the brain, where signals are received and sent back to the nervous system. Lutein and zeaxanthin act as a natural protective layer against UV rays and blue light, which can damage eye cells over time. If you want longer-lasting vision, you need to protect your retina. If you want better vision in low-light conditions, you also need good levels of these two substances. And because the eyes are closely linked to the nervous system, the benefits extend to concentration, memory, and learning in a broader sense. Eggs also contain phospholipids, which, simply put, are substances that help cell membranes function properly, especially the membranes of brain cells and many other tissues. Cell membranes are like gateways. A good gateway means good signals, and good signals mean the brain runs smoothly, leading to more stable cognitive function. Additionally, there are peptides in eggs that have been shown to act as mild natural ACE inhibitors, supporting blood pressure. I emphasize that eggs are not medicine, but they contain some very interesting small biological components. Regarding vitamins, eggs contain vitamin K2, which helps regulate calcium, preventing it from accumulating in soft tissues like joints, kidneys, and blood vessels, and delivering calcium to bones and teeth. Eggs contain the active form of vitamin A, retinol, which is not only good for the eyes, but also for the skin and internal mucous membranes, such as sinuses, lungs, and intestines. Vitamin A is very important for immunity. Eggs also contain a certain amount of vitamin D. In general, eggs are a valuable source of fat-soluble vitamins that many people unknowingly lack. Now that you see the value of eggs, I want to address the most practical aspect, choosing the right type of egg. Not all eggs are created equal, as the living conditions and feed of the chickens affect egg quality, especially the fat content of the yolk. Confinement-raised eggs are the most common, and a frequently cited statistic is that the majority of eggs consumed come from confinement. Confinement means chickens are kept in cramped conditions and experience high stress levels. I wouldn't recommend this if you have the choice. Cage-free chickens have more space, but are still often industrial. Pasture-raised chickens are better because they have more outdoor space. If you can buy from farms, farmers markets, or a reliable source, that's a very good option. If you can raise chickens like I do, that's optimal because you have control over their feed and environment. One more thing, don't put too much faith in yolk color if you don't know the source. Some commercially produced eggs use artificial coloring to make the yolks look yellower. The true yolk color reflects the amount of carotenoids from the natural food. Organic means less pesticide use, but organic doesn't automatically mean the chickens were kept in cages. If it's organic and free range, that's ideal. Don't be fooled by the term vegetarian feed. Chickens aren't purely vegetarian. They naturally eat insects, worms, and small sources of protein. If chickens are fed primarily industrial corn and soybeans, especially genetically modified ones, the omega-6 content in their eggs might be higher, making them more prone to inflammation if consumed in large quantities from that source. Therefore, there are types of eggs that are fortified with omega-3. I'm also experimenting with changing the chicken's feed to see how the eggs change, as egg nutrition clearly reflects the feed. But let me be frank so you don't get bogged down by money. If you can only afford regular eggs, just eat them. Regular eggs are still a real food, still highly nutritious, and often much better than many processed protein sources out there that contain added sugar, starch, and additives. Don't let perfection blind you to the good. Now, I'll give you the application based on your question. What should you combine eggs with for maximum value? When you eat eggs with a green salad, especially arugula, the fat in the yolk helps significantly increase the absorption of phytonutrients in the vegetables. Some examples mention an absorption increase of up to 9 times because many phytonutrients are fat-soluble. This means eggs make vegetables more worthwhile. I also often eat eggs with lightly sautéed onions because they support endogenous metabolic processes. Adding black pepper and sea salt helps increase carotenoid absorption and makes the dish tastier. And remember not to overcook them. Eggs cooked just right retain nutrients better. I like fried eggs with slightly runny yolks or scrambled eggs cooked just right. Adding seasonal tomatoes is a great combination. Tomatoes contain lycopene, one of the powerful antioxidant carotenoids, which is good for blood vessels, the prostate, eyes, and the brain. With delicious tomatoes in the summer, eating eggs with tomatoes every day is truly wonderful. Adding avocado is also a good option because avocados provide healthy fats and eating them whole allows you to get fresh oil. Many bottled avocado oils are refined and oxidized, making them difficult to control if you don't know the source. When cooking eggs, I recommend using butter or olive oil and cooking them just enough, avoiding burning them. Now, to summarize concisely, focusing on the main points you raised, and making it easy for viewers to remember. Eggs are a special nutritional package because they are more than just protein. They contain high-quality protein for building and repairing, natural fuel from the yolk for sustained satiety, leucine to support muscles, choline for the liver and gallbladder, B12 and folate to support the nervous system, lutein and zeaxanthin to protect the eyes and brain, phospholipids for cell membranes, K2, retinol A, and vitamin D. Therefore, eating about 3 to 4 eggs a day is a simple way to sustainably improve your health, not just for a quick boost. If you want me to suggest ways to incorporate eggs into your meals to suit your goals, please comment below. What are your priorities? Fat loss, muscle gain, fasting, or simply sustained satiety and a clearer mind? And what kind of eggs do you usually eat? Boiled, fried, or scrambled? I'll read your comments and suggest the simplest combination for you to try starting your next meal. Thank you for reading this far. I wish you simple yet smart eating habits, lasting health, and easier daily routines. Bye.